sulle note di questa colonna sonora davvero suggestiva e dalla quale non mi riesco a staccare, benvenuti o bentornati su The Gaming Closet in una nuova live, ma soprattutto in quello che sarà ufficialmente il secondo episodio di Esoteric Ebb. Disco-like, CRPG, chiamate come volete, io direi un RPG pesantemente basato sulla lettura, con degli elementi davvero in copia carbone, ricalcati da Disco Elysium, che però ho giocato per un paio d'ore qualche giorno fa, che mi piace e che ho scelto di continuare su Twitch. Fatemi cambiare la categoria mentre ascoltate qualche altro momento di questa colonna sonora, mentre mi avvio a sfumarla e successivamente ad avviare il gioco. Ci sono degli elementi davvero molto, forse troppo identici, eppure il gioco macina, va parecchio, cioè è una figata, ti tiene davvero incollato e devi amare i giochi dove si legge, pesantemente basati sulla lettura, inutile stare a negarlo. Qui, scusate, ma tolgo qualche cosa e sono morto una volta, una volta soltanto, e adesso devo capire come proseguirlo. Continuo, certo che continuiamo, è un gioco pesantemente basato sul continuare. Dovrei pulire i miei schermi che una volta al mese necessitano di una pulizia, c'è chi lo fa anche di più. Ho sputacchiato, come sono messo su questo microfono che da lì non vedete, vi sembra più pulito, ma una manutenzione alla scrivania in generale, va bene, ci sta. Pum 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 pum. Urububum. Pom 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 pom. Ok, qui avevamo fatto tutto, ma non abbiamo preparato le magie. Prepare spell. Ah, anche questa. Shield of Fate. Questa l'avevamo fatta, avevamo pregato. Contemplate the tea shop. Contemplate the election. Tutte le divinità le avevamo viste, sì, ce lo dà già come fatto, meno male. Wait, can I... Abbiamo fallito la cura. I'm done here. No, dobbiamo preparare. Possiamo preparare una e una. Anche questo l'avevamo già fatto. Lo riguardiamo. Ah, guys, looking this. Engage. Attack. Questo già lo sappiamo. Yes, deal with this full creature. Check roll initiative di destrezza che perdiamo. Abbiamo fatto uno. How are you slower than a damn zombie? Non lo so minimamente. Eppure così oggi è successo. Qui c'è il turno, vedi l'altra volta non l'avevo notato. The slow zombie just stand there. No, he's reacting. He's just taking some time. Your turn, show him no mercy, strength. Di 20 meno 2. Constitution, keep your competency. Hold up a closed fist and say, here, look at this, then quickly try to trip him. No, lo combattiamo. Che palle. Attempting to put as much power on it as you can muster. The zombies wait and I'm yelling. Undead. His neck snaps around, the withered face now facing yours. Sì. Switch gears. Oh, l'abbiamo grabbato. This ends now. Ok. Success, yes. Lo zombie è andato. Catching your breath, you stare at the moving creature. Eh sì, lo luttiamo. Wisdom tooth. Più 1 wisdom. Meno 1 dexterity più 1 carisma. A meno 1 carisma più 1 dexterity, ma ci sta. 4 su 6. Nessuna mela. Queste sono tutte cattive. Ok. Ability check. Remove the bad apple. Ok. Dai, meno 2, 18. Ah, 2 non c'è neanche meno. Natural success quando rolli il massimo. You look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach is empty. Dig in. A piece of paper, no? It's a spell scroll. Un'altra però. Vedi che bello. Pure se stiamo male abbiamo questa apple overdose. Troviamo un'altra spell. Lucky bastard. Those are worth of fortune. Relatively speaking. It is dancing light. A versatile cantrip that can be used to light up your surrounding at will. You quickly memorize the scroll, consuming into a psyche. As you always do. Some people at the tower used to fear your innate power to master magic like that. The Towers, the home base of the Order of the Arcane Clerics of Norwich, also known as the OACN. Quindi noi siamo di lì perché in effetti sì, siamo chierici. Understandable is pretty terrifying. Cantrips are spells that can be cast at will outside of dialogue. They do not consume any spell slot. Evocation cantrip. Casting time 1 action, category arcane, range 120 feet. VSM, a bit of phosphorus, Illwood or a glow globes shard. Duration, concentration up to 1 minute. You create a torch-sized light within range, making it appear as a torch, lantern or glow herb that hovers in the air. Molto interessante. Meno un wisdom, però compensiamo con lì. Questo l'abbiamo fatto. Expect crate. Non voglio... E non facciamo niente questa volta perché ho preso un sacco di danni. Allora si scende per forza. E qui la gelatina la scorsa volta c'ha. Bellissima. Bella bella. Quanto dura? Something soft latches itself around your ankle. There is no time, it's a trap. Dexterity 15, avoid the trap. E io faccio un D20 più 5. Alla grande. Wow. You throw your body back, slithering out the rope before it tight. The instant you do not watch the rope snap and turn around the edge of the staircase, disappearing to the darkness below. Close one, sure was. But it's fine, you made it. I guess. Something tells you these are not goblin design. No, saranno human design, ovviamente. Fammi scrivere. Che ambientino, quanto mi piace quando va così. Brrr. Brrr. L'ho preso il topo. Che mi fa? -1 carisma. Un dungeon, siamo in un dungeon. Have you looked around? Legendary? Truly? Should be. Should be. Horrifying? Yeah. Ok. Quindi è un one way door che si apre dall'altra parte, perché abbiamo fatto. So we'll need to find the other side in order to open it. That's the logic here, yes. Right, we have to keep an eye out. Oh, ma chi è? Halt, the roots, the city below the city. No, voglio ancora esplorare qua sopra. You look up the pillar. The relic rises upwards, endlessly upwards. Right, this old thing. Remaining until the end. It looks a bit broken. Crap. Yes. While the pillar is indestructible, it was once under heavy siege. During the most intense moment of the Gate War. Un'altra guerra, cioè già a malapena ricordo la storia, mi ricordo del discorso delle ere, della rivoluzione, le compagini politiche, bla bla bla, sì, no. The legendary conflict between the Beast of Yore, the original gods, and the many others who tried to take over Yore towards the end of the Gate era. We have little information about this conflict, but it is known it led to the closing of the gates and began the Fade era. Fade era, a period lasting approximately 1110 years, if you trust modern scholars. Ci sono alcune recenti che durano molto poche, altre vecchie che durano tantissimo. Second era, also known as the Fallen Era, named after the slow decline following your shutting its gates, ended around 1000 years ago. Several pieces of the pillar float around in the air, especially as it reach upwards into the cloud above the city. What kind of powerful would be capable of damaging this? The most powerful of arcanists. The powerful kind. Be wary of such powerful kind. Be wary of it. Be quiet, you impotent cock. Ah, proprio così, è un caccone, ci siamo dei cacconi. Can I make money off this thing? No way. They don't even take admission to say it, since it's such a trivial sight. It's a bit of a tourist destination, supposedly, but most people who travel the coast have seen one before. So it's not that interesting. How many of these pillars exist? 8. Interessante. Technically 4, depending on which scholar you ask. Mamma mia, sempre queste differenze. There are debates as to whether there are 8 pillars, one in each band, or simply 4 pillars that pierce the circular coast and stick out on either side. But ours is the best one, right? Mi piace, tu comunque un certo senso l'umorismo lo promuovi anche, non sei solo scemone sempre. They are all equally useless. Ah. They are seen as a status symbol by many, like a legitimization thing. But the fact is, no one has managed to make use of them in any way, despite their esoteric nature. So the pillars of Yore are relegated of being visual landmarks, seen from across the coast through clouds and mist for miles. So what do I do with it? Nothing. It just rock to you. A tingly esoteric rock. Get closer. As you do, you feel the air itself tingle. It whispers to you, unintelligibly. Touch the cold pillar sea. You place your hand upon the cold surface. Your body quakes, standing in awe of this ancient object. How many battles do I think he has seen? How many deaths? How many noble sacrifices give it to one god or king or people? You do not know, and that frightens you. Perhaps one day you will join in that sacred sensation. Perhaps right now, try feeling it. No, later. Troppo, era un rollo troppo difficile. Remember it. Me ne devo ricordare. È certo. Shard of Yore. A parte la questing tree. There is a written to Yore's realm. I hear this voice. Find it at these closest pillars. Reach deep. Stranded pieces. Incontra la corpse in the rich special. Queste fanno. Si connettono la stessa questline. Questo è T-Shop. E Election Week. Ci sta. Questa sciardina. Voting card. Non serve che la mettiamo ora. Ah, invece la short rest. Questo non l'ho capito, non me l'ha detto nessuno. Spend 1 hour to recover. Gained 1d8 HP. Remove 1 level of exhaustion and restore 1 spell slot. After resting, all dice checks are unlocked. Ok, si può andare sotto anche da qui. Qui si va appena sopra. Questa porta non è cliccabile. Io non voglio rientrare nella gelatina però. Ah. Behold, paw prints, one on each side. There are 2 faint paw prints here, one on each side of the hallway. Should I touch one of them? Can I touch both at the same time? Press the right paw print. Press the left paw print. I guess yes, the only way to find out if they are esoterically aligned or not. Just be ready for the worst. Esoteric bullshit like this has a tendency to do stuff. Esoteric bullshit. Whenever the weird unstable magic around your coast makes things a bit too wacky, people tend to say this. Interessante. Can I touch both at the same time? You would require twice the arm length for that. Ok, said. Premiamo quella right, but nothing happens. Press the left, but nothing happens. Ominous hallway. You feel the pressure change. A rushing wind caused to be pulled just an inch further into the hallway. Then you see something opening in the walls. Back now, dexterity, avoid the trap. Abbiamo tanta dexterity, ce la faremo. Fuoco. You just barely escape the deep clutches of the skin melting heat. An obscure novella about a Rizian revolutionary falling on her servant, Steve. Standing up, you realize the fire signed the edge of your uniform. Adrenaline leaving the system. Pain, burns. Roll around to put... By the gods, who would make such a devious trap? Typical ancient remnant civilization. There always leave the most esoterically murderous machinery in place, even when the treasure behind it's been lost for millennia. Now, don't enter the hallway before you disable the trap, or you will get roasted again. Looking back, the hallway has no marks of being filled with flame. For the same reason, it's still functional. It's a magic trap. Terrible, terrible hallway. Ok, da qui non si passa. Esoteric shard inside. A shard. Un'altra shard of your. Si staccano, meno male. There's a hole here. There's something inside. Amulet of Annihilation. 2 Constitution, 2 Intelligence. Gasp the amulet. Alone in this dark hallway, you look upon the object in your hand. A clawed hand. Bronze and jade. Grasping a sphere. The sphere is nothing. Complete annihilation. Examine it closer. The closer the tell. Monstrous. Draconic, maybe. L'intelligenza è quella che ci piace di più. È anche una di quelle che chiacchiera di più. Sono sempre intelligenza e dexterity. All'inizio parlava il carisma. Non so se dipende dai valori che abbiamo o no. The jade inlays catch the dim light, but the sphere catches nothing. Poke the orb. Poke it. Finger touch the surface. No. Finger touch the absence of surface. You wank your hand back. Tip of your finger is gone. It didn't cut, it didn't burn. It simply stopped existing. A sphere of annihilation. Miniaturized. Weaponized. Sniff it. Smells nothing. Can I lick it? No. Why not? No. Ah. 2 constitution, 1 intelligence. Alla grande così, eh? L'abbiamo aperta. Allora qui c'era quel momento di gelatina. Override, certo. Ok, sempre can move, no. No, va male anche qui. Vabbè. Vabbè. Siamo morti 2 volte allo stesso punto, sperando si potesse fare qualcosa, si potesse saltare, evitare, cosare, giocherellare, invece niente, non si può. Vabbè, però mi sono fatto lo scudo adesso. Serve a qualcosa? Vabbè, era solo un discorso di provare. Magari sarebbe andato bene, invece purtroppo no. Perché si vede tutto nero? Dai, ci sono due parti dove qui non riusciamo a passare. E questa cosa qua da fare. Io molto serenamente andrei qui dalla tipo che abbiamo incontrato. Mungor HWBT Guardian. Half human. A hairy beast towering over you. Its face contorted into a stern and probably permanent frown. Do not pass further. This is a bugbear, ci dice l'intelligenza. They are most common in the west, living in the rough lands between Fornip and the VK. Cos'è the VK? Dwarven slang for Vitska, as if it need to be shortened. Vitska, sì, in effetti è già abbastanza corto. I don't like your tone. I don't like you, ci dice questa signorina Furry. Now back off. I, Mongor of the Rigid and the HWBT demands it. The bugbear placed a hand on its weapon. A morning star. Is it for you? Morning star? No, that is clearly just a spec mace. La Morning Star è la tipica, la più famosa arma da chierico nel mondo del fantasy, potremmo dire. I believe the term is flank mace. She sure keeps her hand on it. No need for that, since I have no need to pass. Good. Are you sure you can let me pass? Can I go in the other direction? She grunts. I do not recommend it. There are devilish traps set along these halls. Le abbiamo incontrate in parte. And do not enter the crypt. There is an undead guardian. An undead? But that's the kind of stuff I take care of. You? No, I do not believe you can take an undead warrior by yourself. Whom do you serve? She snorts. I work for the halfways. I serve Lady Sageleaf. So I need to ask her for permission if I want to pass. I work for the halfways as well. No, chiediamo il codice del permesso. She squints and thinks for a few seconds. Yes, if she gives your permission, I will let you pass. But I do not think... She stopped mid-sentence. Are you a cleric? I am the cleric, yes. More of a wizard, really, but sure. I like to see myself as a dashing rogue, personally. Why? No, sì, I am the cleric, yes. Direi che è la cosa giusta. I hear a cleric was sent because of the explosion. Why are you down here? The dragon is waiting. A what? Look around wildly. Where? I'm sorry, I just sort of ended up here. I don't follow orders, even if it's from a dragon. I'm not sure where I go. I'm quite lost. I just... Sì, siamo qui onesti. What? How? You don't simply wander into the city below. This is how fools to get killed. Head up the stairs. The Appleton usually locks, so you will have to leave the Lich House by going all the way up. Apple Tunnel? Silence. Quindi ci ammonisce. You're up the stairs, okay? After that, you head south. Go across the grass. There should be a goblin standing guard. Right at the garden entrance. Talk to him. Are you able to follow this instruction? Can I read it again? She reached forward, grabbing your uniform. She puts up the stairs, across the park, to the garden. Quick question? No. Can I ask a more personal question? Attempt to flirt? He glares at you. I will not entertain you with answer. Are you sure you can let me pass? Yes. Okay, bye. qui su. Se invece andiamo ancora giù. Allora per forza non c'è possibilità altra. Andiamo dove ci ha detto la bugbear. E quanta roba. Looking inside you find the spot to be empty. Most contain strange herbs or ash. This one does not. There is fear. You must grow sturdier. You hedonistic fool. Pray the stomach dies and let the mind work without it poisonous influence. Lasciamo la pot alone. Mushroom, probably edible. Viscan, local mortician. Ok, parla una lingua che non conosciamo. Questo c'era stato detto delle lingue, ma non ci stavo facendo caso. Invece, eccoci qua. 6. The pale man handles corpse in a basement, a typical self-employed city contractor. The pale man sits anxious over a stack of forms. Busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. Filling out line after line. On the top paper you see an icon of a serpent and drake. A great pair. These are official documents of the city. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. I am Viscan, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this leech house. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there's anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. You can trust this man, ci dice la saggezza, che non è altissima, però se ce lo dice. Bow before this creature. His smile causes you to stare a deep feeling of unease. As if it's almost there, but just not quite. Look around the room. Ci guardiamo. Books and flask litter the circular chamber. A dimly lit a lamp. There are several corpses present. Anche qui, e beh, ci stanno ovunque. These stone tables were once modular altars using some advanced ritual. Ah, this entire basement once was temple. Un sacco di deduzioni preziose. Did you save my life? He put down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you've been through quite the turmoil, cleric. Vedi. Interessante anche i disegni. C'era questa parte mi preoccupava un po' perché ho detto magari mi annoia presto, non lo so, non è uno stile che apprezzo e invece non lo so. Mi piace il volto. Tell me everything. Certo, of course, it must be confusing. To tell you the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. They've caught you in their net. Took you for a corpse. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. Prime condition? You're always in your prime condition. Molto permalosa la forza. Il carisma, you quite literally live in this filthy uniform. No wonder they thought you were dead. Wait, how did you end up in the river? Già, chiediamoglielo. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Se non lo sa lui. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Tolstad? There are 7 bridges over River Torna connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. Sounds like the start of a great drinking story. I woke up in a Lich House tale. Chissà. You don't have a lot of those, so that's good. I would never fall. It must have been an assassination attempt. I must have slept. Happens all the time. Perhaps there's an esoteric explanation to all of this. E io voglio puntare direttamente a questo, semplicemente rifacendomi al titolo del gioco. Perhaps you would know, Cleric. Who were these fishermen? Rival guilds, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. Where can I find these fishermen? He ponders your question. I did not ask for names, sorry to say. Ci sta, questo lo capisco. But perhaps Waterlane? That's just a guess. Waterlane è un luogo di pescatori. Good guess. Lots of boaters hang out there. Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them. So am I in fact alive? Ma questa cosa non la sappiamo dato quel discorso dell'elmo che non si poteva togliere, quindi spero ci venga detto proprio ora. The pale man stopped for a moment. He looks up and up. He looks you up and down. Yes, I believe you are. Io non ne sono ancora tanto sicuro. I have some other questions, I think. Do you know? Do you now? I require assistance with some things. There's a zombie in your basement. Wisdom che è 31. Figure out what's weird about this guy. 31, ma come facciamo? Di 20 meno 2. I require assistance with some things. Sì. Of course, Cleric. Anything for the city. I don't know where to go. I don't mean to tell you what to do, Cleric, but there's a certain rumor that our local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. Goblin chieftain? Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. L'abbiamo già incontrato prima, Sageleaf, cioè come nome. She's down in the Goblin Garden. Of course you've heard of it. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. È qua che ci va a dare il permesso di passare. She leads one of the 3 goblin tracks narrated by Art after the conquest. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that one. They call her Dragon of Tolstad. Ah, quindi era quello il dragon famoso della roba. I'm not afraid of some goblin woman. She sounds scary. The goblins live in a garden. The pale man stares at you for quite some time. I will offer you some advice, Cleric. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. Translation: watch yourself or she will fuck you up. Molto esplicito il carisma, forse anche il più volgare fino adesso. I wouldn't even go so far as to call her de facto law keeper here on this island fortress. Wait, this is part of the job? Talking with some petty goblin queen? You may find her at the southern tip of Tostad, the pale man say, and keeps scribbling on his paper in front of you. He does not value your time. So, what do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. If he knows more than you, then it could be useful to listen. Can you teach me magic? Can you explain the very basic of spellcasting? How do you get more spell? Questa la facciamo tutto, ma a me serve un attimino di pausa, campioni. Proprio un attimo. Parapapam, parapapam. Va bene. Si prosegue. Perché no? How do I get more spell? È stata scelta, non so perché. Two ways. You could spend time learning them, drafting pages out of the palace. Archive the Palace, an unofficial nickname for the current ruler of Norvik, named after the palace district in which most central authorities resides. Ok. Ok. Or the Great Library in the Towers, since you obviously would have some access to that. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options. So, I would suggest the other route. What's that? Spell scrolls. Abbiamo già trovata una, due. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Yes, a piece out of my collection. Oh, you are very much allowed to indulge, cleric. I'm glad to assist the city in any way. This guy is trying to help you. He must have a vested interest in your job then, somehow. You don't need his permission. Now, Tossler is filled with all kinds of strange catches. You will probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hand on a scroll, then just memorize it. Can't report spell, doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot. I am. Strike a heroic pose, abbiamo detto anche prima, siamo rinomati per questo. He nods to you and goes back to his writing. Can you teach me magic? A slight scream script into the face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election I could make time if you're interested. Great knowledge awaits. Until then you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And of course, gain item. Charm person here. Charm person, a first level enhancement spell. If the target fails a wisdom check, you will be their favorite person for a little while. Of course, after that they will surely hate you, but who cares about that? A copy of Charm Person, it will surely be useful to you. A truly diabolical spell. The towers teach it only to a higher tier spellcaster usually, despite its first level. That's a great shortcut to charming people, although you gotta be careful with the fallout. Ci credo, cioè se noi adesso andiamo sotto dalla Bugbear e gliela castiamo ci fa passare, riusciamo a fare delle cose, però. Can you explain the very basic of spell casting? Oh, I mean, of course. Embarrassing. As a wizard you memorize your spell before casting them. As an arcane cleric you must memorize your spell during prayer at the shrine. There's one downstairs by Apple. Where can I find more shrines? There's the Temple of Urth, of course. It's just up the stair, past the pillar. You've heard the Tostal Temple will act as polling place for district on election day. There's also one on Waterplane View, I believe, past the trade post. You will find more hidden around every corner. I can promise you that. That's all I have to ask about spell casting. 5 XP. Very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant, Host. Sounds like a good practice. Il suo servant Host è quello sotto? Maybe I will. He nods slowly. You call me cleric? Yes, I did. Because you're a cleric. Don't make an ass of yourself. Too late for that. What gave it away? He stopped for a second and glares at you. Beh, questo dai, funge un altro po' da tutorial e da spiegone. C'è un continuo spiegone che mi va in parte bene, in parte no. Dato che è un gioco dove si legge pesantemente, potrebbero distribuirlo meglio lungo tutto il corso dell'esperienza. A heavily armored man in Urtgar colors, with a prayer book on his hip. So, thoughts land on page your spell and you meticulously work on for years. The book is not your possession right now, but it must be near, if the pale man has seen you with it. They might have found you in the river, but you're clearly of a city stock. Ah, could be happenstance. I am indeed the cleric. Good for you. You're a little further into being a cleric. Gain 10 XP, 5 per 2 for choosing this class 2 times. 5 multiplier by 2, come lo devo dire? An example of that scarce circumstance thing you mentioned before. I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes, if you are a clergyman, you might run a congregation for local religion or deity. Then there are clerics of bureaucracy variety, city officials speaking for the religious state. Rules are meant to be broken. You are not some stiff councilman. You, however, must be an arcane cleric. No, I am a basic clergyman. No, I am a boring bureaucrat. Yes, no, I am the chosen one. You are correct. No, the chosen one. The pale man stops and ponders your response. Chosen for what? To die. Ok, questa era solo la prima delle opzioni. Questa della wisdom, vabbè, rimane impossibile. Probabilmente progredendo, prendendo oggetti, facendo roba, si va a pompare. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. No, an undead abomination right below. That's not a appropriate response, sure. Why is it there? I understand. We are closely connected with the city below. The undead seeming wander as they please. City below, a short for the city below the city, a phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and ruins below Norwich. Lots of monster and stuff down there, also rich if you delve deep enough. Zone ricche, come tutti i sottosuoli, minerari o meno. A quick movement in the lower left cheek. His expression actually changed. Don't trust his word. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sagelift. I pay good crown for HVBT protection. The Halfway Bridge Tribe. Ah, lei lavora per gli Halfway, ma non guida si chiama Bridge Tribe. Commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribe in Norwich, and arguably the most influential, despite their small size. Led by Lady Misaka Sagelift. With their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Tolstad. Oh, so it's all a misunderstanding then. Good. Wait, no, I actually don't believe you. Well, I defeated the zombie, so no need to worry. Oh, I noticed the zombie had a fancy magical tooth. No, wait, I don't believe you. What do you mean, cleric? You are a criminal, harboring zombie workers. You need to be punished. Prepare to attack. The zombie is clearly working for you. This is illegal. We're doing something weird here. I greatly apologize for putting you in this situation. My neglect that led to this undead creature entering the tower. We will make sure I tighten up security in the future. No, you're... This is an... host. We will do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready. The kobold gives you a screech yell. Yes, master. I will also make sure to report this to both the Halfways and the militia. He won't let you get a word in. Amazing. I'm trying to say you need to pay for... You're clearly doing something shady here, sir. Of course, I will be sure to ask for a thorough inspection by the PCG. Pest Control Guild. Pest Control Guild. Pest Control Guild. One of the oldest guilds in Norwich. They are supposed to keep monsters at bay and clean up any unwanted critters around the city. These days, they are so bogged down in requests from citizens and the city that they usually have backlogs for months. Ok, quante cose. Insomma, ce ne sta sparando troppe tutte insieme, però. The pale man is twisting the entire situation. Smart. If there's anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled. Holy shit, just keep going. Dai, ma è un pro. È inutile incastrarla adesso. Anzi, credo che serva solo tenerselo amico. Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It is because of a great man like you the city still stands. I'm sure a good word to your patriarch will assure a promotion of some kind as well, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop. Il mio patriarca top clerical rank in Norwich, different from Lord Patriarch, which is the traditional administrative leader of the city. Ah, interessante, hanno messo anche il leader della city, siamo anche patriarchi, dato che è un mondo creato da loro, potevano cambiare, mixare, anche perché poi il patriarca, sì, in ambito fantasy religioso ci sta sempre. Only about a dozen men currently hold the rank. They manage a section of clerics each at the tower. He's going circular around you. It's time to step in. Argue, argue. Carisma 15 ma prendo più 5. Strength 18 prendo meno 2. Make him shut up. Resist his incredible oratory power. Think better of it. Carisma. Vai. Focus on the main point. Illegal zombie, go. Stop, I know what you're doing. The pale man opened his mouth to respond. The zombie did work on your property. He closed his mouth and looked at you. He was picking up apples or something. That's a violation of the Buon purge. Yes, I'm aware. Buon purge, a citywide effort in 11 point... cosa era, che non mi ricordo qual era. Stop necromancer from outcompeting mortal stuff at factories. Sì, infatti dice anche all'inizio che non potevano lavorare. The pale man takes a deep breath. He reaches below into his desk and brings forth a pouch. An isolated incident. It will not be repeated. Gain item, a bunch of crowns. Ah, così, corrotti subito. This feels like a bribe. Lo è una bribe, però magari ci può anche interessare. Bisogna essere onesti. This isn't a bribe, is it? Crowns? Score? Gasp the pouch loudly. As a city cleric, you obviously have the ability to accept Dag's Butter on behalf of Norwick. Dag's Butter dwarfen for the fine. Some might call it legal extortion, but it really depends on the district. Violation of the Bone Purge Code, Article 4. In singular violation cases, a Dag's Butter of minor class is issued. In relation to my status as a Tolstad business owner, that'd be precisely 25 crowns. Ah, the Norwegian crown, the main coinage in Norway. Ah, it's dealt with this before, huh? Now that these issues behind that, anything else you need? Questo lo possiamo fare. I'm going to go now. Best, before you go, make sure to collect all your belongings. He gives you a quick inspection with his dead eye. Too quick, like he's trying not to show his interest. Weird. At least he's not hitting on you. Beh, what belongings? È come la mazza, le altre cose che abbiamo lasciato. Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card. A peculiar voting card. Every party had been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours. Abbiamo votato per tutti. Questo mi sembra davvero bizzarro. Yeah, sorry, I'm indecisive. The pale man ignores your comment. Asks us to lay the serving pages of your spellbook to dry. Over there, he says and points across the chamber. He then looks at the pocket watch on his desk. This is an esoteric pocket watch. You may have it, cleric. It will surely prove useful to you. Beyond that, you should be good. Did I have any weapons on me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of River Torna. The pale man turns his face towards you and smiles. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, clerics. He gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. Sì, un po' falsetto ci sembra. Però, when exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, double click or hold shift left trigger. Time to go leave. Esoteric pocket watch. Ok, il Dragon of Tolstad. Class conflict. You declare yourself the... Vabbè, dobbiamo mantenerla soprattutto. Chief of... questa cosa della lingua. 21, beh, prendiamo tutto. Buono, molto buono. This one is quite hostile. No. Stay on your feet. His expressionless eyes seems to keep watch all time. He's obviously determining where to strike for you to die as quickly as possible. How you may. Usually kobolds are only dangerous in large numbers. This one appears extremely deadly on his own. Beware. There is something deeper in his connection to his master. This kobold holds the pale man as the highest possible value, literally his personal god. Engage. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows you in every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Master say you behave. You don't tell me what to do. I did, just now. Fair enough, yes. You're adorable. The kobold glares at you. A battle of will. Do not give him. Glare back. Your eyes met each other, still, ever vigilant. Keep glaring. The kobold does not move. Glare some more. Yep, you're staring at each other. You're doing it. Glare. Ancora. Eyes meet eyes. Glare. You're looking at the kobold's yellow eyes. Stare in an angry or fierce way. Looking hard. Lean in close to the kobold's stern face. You should probably stop this. The kobold meets your gaze and keeps meeting you. I don't think I'm getting anything more of this. The kobold looks you with a cold expression, determined, confident. I have some question for you. Short question, go. Who are you? I'm Host. I am a security chief in Lich House. Sì, perché poi vedi, si finisce per leggere tanto. Io in un'ora ho fatto 2 o 3 cose e se solo letto. You are a kobold. Not questions. Next. Oh fuck, yeah, there's no question. Quick save it. Try to save the question. Ah! Are you a kobold? Yes. Better than nothing, I suppose. Okay, sweet. Alright. Human done with the question. Do kobold exist? Yes. Am I a kobold? No. Kobolds. What are they good for? Many things. Shooting human for one. What are they voting in the upcoming election? Angry Human Party. Party di Norwich probabilmente sì, è il partito qual è? Quello più conservatore. Yes, they good. Strong man, lead. Bright tomorrow. You're a good boy, thanks. He mutters this word, oozing with disdain. That's my single question. Can I ask something else? Okay. How do you get this gig? Not gig. What is it? I am devoted servant for master. So you're slave. Not slave. Però un pochetto si è azzeccato. And your master is? Master Visken. And he owns you. Not own, serve. So you're being paid. Yes, paid well. Gives you an expression that could be described as a frown. That is, if I looked in an any way different from his regular expression. Wouldn't actually shoot me, would you? Not, no promise. It's hard to take you seriously when you're so cute. That what crossbow is for. Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding, not funny. You would make greater use of it than his funny creature. Just take it. The kobold snorts. Go away. It wasn't a question. Prima comincia. How do you do this up here? You know I would put that crossbow to better use. I should have it. And that's the truth. Come on, let me have it. No, lo facciamo il tiro di carisma. Successo! Oh, you know exactly what to say. There's only one thing that could possibly convince this kobold that you should get the crossbow. And of course, this can ask me to get your crossbow. Why don't you ask Visken just towards the... Sì. The Kobold Squint. Dai, inganniamolo. Master. Question. Yes, give the cleric the crossbow. Oh, of course, master. Bella! The Kobold recruitant and slowly ends his crossbow. Master always right. The fact that he handed it over like that, the pale man sure is special. With the crossbow safe in your grasp, the Kobold scoff, weak human. Of course you need crossbow. Thanks. Esatto, del T-Shop pure chiediamogli. Incident. T-Shop blow up. Boom. Big boom. Big boom. When it happens, it was on water lane. On mission. A mission? Not mission, I meant to say errand. What were you doing in water lane? Milk. Doing milk? Deliver. You deliver milk? Yes. Side hustle. This kobold just keeps getting better and better. Kobolds don't even drink milk. I want to know more. I want to know a lot less, mi dice il carisma, forse ha ragione. Ask question about the milk. The kobold stares at you. The milk situation is intense. Where does the milk came from? Cows. And where do you get the cow milk? Market. Who buys the milk? Humans. Waterlane humans. They pay many for fresh milks before dawn. Side hustle are always smart. You should do a milk run later. Chissà se il milk paga anche a me in questo mondo, in quest'era. Do kobolds produce milk? No. Do you like milk? No. I also don't like milk. Sì, è un roll molto basso. Familiarizziamo. You smirk, a confident laugh escaping your lips. You then turn towards the ceiling, smiling. I also don't like milk. Your comment has made a dent upon the world. This is why they should all follow you. You are a worthy leader. Win them over with lies and deceit. Control them through flattery and love. Uno splendido motto. The kobold stares at you with Ogni's yellow expressionless eyes. Can I have some milk? No. I don't have anything else to ask about milk. Okay. Thank you. You should totally find out more about this. Could be a big money maker. An unlocked chest full of strange rocks. La trifoliamo. E questo è Shard of Yor. No, too much reading. Guarda qua che sto a fare. So many books. Basic manuals, arcanist history, novels. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It could be used to refresh your mind. The book stunts you, bookishly. Read Autobiography Prax by Lord Phileas Prax. Read Folk Tale by Trill Sister. Read Collected Chants of Norwich by the Patriarch Pilly. Dai, questo qui di Patriarch Pilly, che non c'è l'H. This is printed edition of Pilly's work, but still old. Probably came from the earliest Norwegian printers. On the first page, a short message is hand scribbled in the corner. My belief lay in the collected humanity of Norvik. May you remember that from this collection with honor and grace, PDPD. Is it a handwritten message from the second product itself? You feel faint. Are you even able to hold such an artifact? Magari sono tante cose belle in questa libreria. Fascinating to think the pale man held such a treasure on his shelf. Read the foreword. A dream of unity, under Earth. The book begins with a lengthy essay about the foundation of Norwegian culture values. It's really like a guide, if anything, on what a Norwegian person is, how their values come from various tribes in the whole country, and how together they have formed something greater under Earth. Mainly by being generous and not hoarding wealth, among other things. A naive thought. Then finally it does touch upon the connection with dwarf as well, and how the Norwegian spirit is not contained within humans only. It is not just blood, it is sweat and tears as well. Those folks who unite with you will not be seen as others. No, they are two horse folk. They are two horse guard. That's a long ass forward. Yeah, it's like 5 pages. Old man likes to ramble. Let Torna's lament. I went with you to foreign shores, my lord, my guard. I pray you keep your arm, the beast, each shard, a proof of your devotion. Thus I give myself to your folk. I give my life for a home at the river, in that sliver of land, to vanquish the beasts who roam, the evil who lair, the fires that burns, to build a life along the river. Every shepherd knows the song. It blows upon the river, up the river. Heart lives in that sliver of land. It is your favorite. Beh, era molto bella. Close the book. You stood up, looking upon the title once more. Collected Chants of Norwich. Place the book back on his shelf. See. This book does not serve your toxic present. If you were stronger, more capable, then perhaps you were carried that weight. Quite a weight. You really want the book. One day it could be yours. This is very confusing. I'm just putting back the book. There's some issue with stealing going on here. Just ignore it. Mi piace rubare la forza. Let us forget this for now. The book stares at you for shelf. Collected Chants. Folk Tales by the Trail Sister. Opening the Trail Sister books show you an index of several tales, many of which you heard growing up. These stories shape reality, for the mind does not distinguish a tale from real-life lessons, they are about the same. Out of the tales, you see the one you remember the most, the one about the gnome and the titan. Read a little and the large. Sì, certo che la leggiamo, stiamo qui, ci facciamo un altro po' di lettura e stacchiamo. In the old days, when dragon ruled the skies and titans wandered there lived a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as an half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, perché mi si dice follai, non folly, he often found himself in the oddest of places. And so it was that he stumbled into a deep valley of Escan. Titan, a term for gigantic creature who first inhabited and shaped Jore's realm. Ah, davvero un gioco di leggere. This valley was home to Kaimor, the Mist Titan, a colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forest and limbs that clutched the very mountains. Questa è la storia quindi dell'incontro con il titano. Mo lo so che a ridirlo così sembro scemo, però per capire quanto va deep nello sviluppare i testi. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mist that filled the air. But on this day, the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers ran black, and the trees stood as the charred husk. Esut, an ancient red dragon, has set the forest aflame, hoping to drive Kaimor from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Esut, the red dragon of Ascan. He rises to power through trickery and betrayal in his legendary, as is his fall to Abacus the Half-Wit and the Mist Titan. Rumors say his spirit still haunts the ever-lit Burned Coast of these days. Burned Coast sarà uno delle 6 shore, no, come chiamava? A vast piece of coastline just east of Norwich. It's a charred area filled with volcanic activity and kobolds. It's one of many eternal cursed land of the coast. It's nearly impossible to travel to Reeds via land because of this area. Ok, una di quelle lì irraggiungibili, molto pericolose, potenzialmente di alto livello, non lo so. Kaimor was furious, his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the resource of destruction. His eye fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. Think that the coast was filled with these beasts at one point. They reign harshly and wildly, but it's not hard to see why some prefer their chaotic dominance of the tyranny of dragon. Continuiamo i versi. Trincium cum. Who dares bring fire to where no one should come? Ashes stained my sacred misspeak, small one, lest you be missed. Abacus looked up, squinting through the fog and scratching his head. Fire? No, I have no fire to share. No flame do I bring, nor ash to bear. For in the dark I see clear as day. Is those who can't, that need the flame, they say. Tinklum chum, what nonsense from your tongue does come? Who is it that needs this blaze? That blackens my mist and dims my days? Non lo so. E qui dice che non ci serve. Well, question D. Who needs a flame? To light their path and stroke their calm. Perhaps Zedut, the king, who fires with... The dragon days are surely done. Guide me, gnome, to where he lies. Together, we shall dim his sky. Story goes on the wax about the friendship sparked between this eldritch titan and the silly little gnome as they sought out Esot on his throne. Ok, quindi diventano amici e poi vivono delle avventure insieme. The ancient red dragon then falls to the titan's might. After Abacus accidentally guides him to the correct location. One of those classic stories every child in the Ascan is told growing up. Vedi, una storia tradizionale, questo non lo sapevamo. It's important to remember that this is an oral tale passed down over generation. This is simply the shape in which it was written down. Who knows how exact function in its original state? Lo chiudiamo. You shut it. Looking upon the title once more. Folk Tales. Return the book, you place it back on the shelf. Autobiography Prax. A classic. You kept this book on your beside table for years during your scribbling years. You take a look at the first page. In these pages, I shall endeavor to recount the journey of a mind born to greatness, a will tempered by the crucible of ambition, and the spirit bound to the relentless pursuit of arcane. My name is Filius Prax. Filius Prax, a magocrat and arcanist of the highest order, led one of the longest-lasting autocratic empires in Old Diminor, and founded the House Prax, most infamous for creating the Curse Land. Quindi vabbè, è un arcanista che ha regnato... Curse Land, 50,000 square mile, close to forever, standing an esoteric gateway to pure negative energy plane. For scale that's about the size of the entire of the land today, held by the Norwegian city-state. Va bene, quindi sei stato il creatore di Curse Land, ha fatto un sacco di casini con la magia. It goes on to make grandiose statement on his personal ability of magic. Known this, I read not for the masses, but for the few who possess the clarity of wisdom to see beyond the veil of mediocrity. To them, I offer my life as a lesson and a legacy, that they might learn from my triumphs and avoid the pitfalls that lie in wait for the unwary. Vabbè, quindi una guida per seguire le sue gesta e per imparare da lui. You remember the first chapter dealing with his youth, growing up in the ruthless court of rival house, the Agintheat. How we struggle against relentless opposition and bullying. Power is not born of blood, not inherited by the fortune of pride. It is cultivated in the crucible of the mind, refined by the fires of disciple and sharpened by the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let those who seek the rule first learn to kneel before the altar of wisdom, for it is there's that true strength is for. A glorious design. Let those who learn. Certo, of course you do. You're a wizard after all. The world would be better if I ruled like Prax did. Yes, it would. Questa intelligenza, non lo so, non mi sembra troppo che funga da intelligenza nello spingerci avanti. Ormai l'avrei capita più razionale che ci frena in delle cose, a torto o ragione. Flip through pages. In the second half, Prax begins to talk about his early political career. The intricacies of magocratic bureaucracy, how he learned to play the game well enough for himself to reach a dictatorship as the youngest magocrat ruler ever. It's always hard to read a person through pages, but this dude is clearly dancing around his massive ego. Now that there's anything wrong with that, impressive even. The rest is mostly a collection of meditations surrounding magic and power. The esoteric in its purest form is neither good or evil. is a tool, a force to be wielded by those with the intellect to do so. Yet, let us not be so naive as to think that power alone grants one of the right to rule. The Arcanist must also be a statesman, for the whims of unchecked magic can lead even the wisest astray. Govern with an iron hand, but let that hand be guided by the principle of reason and justice, to shall the state prosper and to shall the legacy of the magocracy endure. In the halls of powers, the arcane should be our shield. First level abjuration spell, vabbè. The final parts of the biography focus on an even deeper and more rambling side of ruling. Vabbè, qui potrei leggere The Esoteric Spirit Form is neither... Vedi, shield and sword. Yet remember this, the Arcanist's duty is not only to himself. Quindi vabbè, lui è pure un po' uno statalista, un patriota. The final parts of the biography focus on even deeper and more rhymes. Why would you open a book then? Shut the book. You shut it. Looking upon the title once more. Autobiography Prax. Le abbiamo lette tutte. A thick tome lies upon the iron slab. Andiamo pure thick tome. You flip the tome open. There are fine and written letters scattered across the pages. You can read these symbols, but they are in all that draconic demonian. The verbis draconum, ars occulta. These words should translate into something akin to occult dragon's speech. The author's name appears to be Caleum di Minori. Old Draconic, what translate this? Right, I need to get my hands off comprehend language. Old Draconic, yes, the tongue of the Dragon Master of the Old Minor. Old Minor l'abbiamo vista, Old D Minor of D Minor. Today's recall reads, they changed the name because, well, the entire band was pretty fucked up after the Ghost War. Ecco, le bands, come si chiamano. Could I translate this? No. Not without many weeks of study. You were not trained in Draconic Towers. You skipped those classes. Why learn languages where you can just use magic? Right, I need to get my hands off comprehend languages. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Vabbè, che cosa dobbiamo fare? Comunque oggi ci stai massacrando di letture, mamma mia. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you could buy it somewhere, it's fairly common. A tray of old incense. Wait, is that? Ruined prayer book. The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while drawn out, have been completely drenched in salt water. It's absolutely and completely ruined. Only a few pages of the soggy, branchinish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some of the undecipherable symbols. Ascani writing, one of the most basic kinds. Wait, oh no. Someone has attempted to dry this to the best of their ability. Ma non sono riusciti ad asciugarlo, quindi. No, no, no. By her. Phoenix Folio updated. This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. Ah, certo, è bagnato per l'acqua. You would have to rebind the whole thing. It'd be ruined. That'd be expensive. Let's get your hands on the new one instead. Take the ruined prayer book. Lo dobbiamo prendere. Molto molto strano. E qui dove che... Ah, sì. Class conflict. You declare yourself... c'è lo scontro. Democratization, the city is changing, as are you. You have always been volatile in your political view, but now it's time to choose for real. You have unlocked the ability to ask people what they are voting for. E infatti abbiamo chiesto prima. A deep hunger inside of you is calling. You need to ask. You must ask. Over and over again. At least 20 times. Okay then. You have currently asked people one single time. Milk Curious. Crown Collection. Coin Capture. Vabbè, molto molto particolare. The Red Eye of Earth. Jor left his mark across the band. Today it is an universal sign of magic. Qui che ci sono altri corpi. Corpiciattoli. Allora, questo incenso, no? Va bene. Io lo salverei perché ci serve e forse un'ora e mezza va bene. O in caso spezzo in 2 episodi. Vabbè, capisco che questa sarà la fine del primo episodio. Oppure se si continuerà. Io mi prendo un'altra piccola pausa. Scusate, c'ho sonnissimo.